Good morning, y'all. It's Nisi here, and I couldn't wait to sit down and record this video because what we're going to talk about today has been boiling up in my spirit, really for a couple of months now, but really lately, the past couple of weeks, and now current affairs have really just brought it forefront into our face. So the big to-do news in entertainment and celebrity news this week is all about George Clooney proposing to his beautiful new fiance, Amal. And she seems brilliant, amazing, a trailblazer. She has definitely done her own thing. But all of the entertainment commentators and the morning news show and everybody that's talking about it, all they keep talking about is how they never could have imagined that George Clooney would actually settle down and get married. They keep talking about how, they keep replaying all of his interviews over the years. They've brought up pictures of all of his previous girlfriends. They range from waitresses that he's met at restaurants all over the world to some pretty amazing women who have made a name for themselves and blazed the trail and started their own careers and done really well for themselves. And they've been comparing them to the beautiful woman that he's now engaged to. And it just had me, it just gripped me, and it really made me start to think, like, why do we line all of these women up that he dated over the years and say, you weren't good enough, but this brilliant, amazing, beautiful woman is, and she won the prize? Why do we do that? And actually, the idea for this video came because on Entertainment Tonight, the male host, he actually said, you know what, from a guy, I get it. You can be beautiful, you can be brilliant, you can have it all, you can be a total package, but if a man isn't ready, he isn't ready. And that really struck a chord with me because it made me start to think about how many of us sisters are battling low self-esteem, low self-worth, are questioning who we are, questioning if we are enough because a man that we dated wasn't ready. And here the entertainment news media is lining all of these beautiful, amazing, and brilliant women up and saying, essentially, you weren't good enough for George Clooney. When in actuality, George Clooney wasn't good enough for them because he wasn't ready to take a relationship to the next level. And some of them may have agreed with that. Some of them may have said, hey, I'm going to have a great ride with George Clooney. I'm not expecting to get married to him. I'm not expecting him to settle down with me. I'm not expecting to be the one. I'm just going to ride this thing out, have a really great time with him. We can respect that if that's what they wanted. But but it's unfair to line them all up on the evening news and say, you weren't good enough. But this amazing, brilliant attorney from France or wherever she's from, I'm sorry, I don't know where she's from, was good enough to get him to settle down. That's not it at all. That's not it at all. And it just made me start thinking about how many of us are bruised, how many of us are walking around with those scars and with those bruises and with that self-defeating talk in our heads because we think because we couldn't get him to settle down or choose us that we're not enough. When in actuality, he wasn't ready. He, at that time, was not enough. The Bible says, he who finds a wife. And what's really good about that is because he has to be looking in order to find. I think how unfair to some of those women if they felt they could change him and make him settle down, if they felt like they could be everything and good enough just to make him settle down all of these years. He has to be looking in order to find you. So let's be smart about this, ladies. Let's be smart about our worth. Let's be protective of our worth, and let's set our own value. If you know that the desire of your heart is to be a wife, you're tired of being a girlfriend, you're tired of being heartbroken, you're tired of building something really good, really solid, but once it gets to that level where you're ready to move to the next level and you're ready to be committed and you're ready to start taking it a little more seriously, it always ends up getting cut off. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's set the value for what we want. If you are a wife, stop giving everybody a discount. Set your price tag at what you want to be. So don't go along with the, let's just see where this goes. Don't go along with the, we can just hang out. Let's just be friends. Let's have benefits attached to it. Let's act like we're in a committed relationship, but we're really not. Just don't go there. Put your price tag on and don't discount it. Period. Right? And know that if he's looking for a wife, he will find you. But if he's telling you straight up, I don't know if marriage is for me. I don't think I'm ready for that right now. I'm not going to go there. I'm not sure I want to be remarried. I just kind of want to take it easy, all this, all that. And you're calling yourself a wife. Those are red flags for you. And I don't want you to start thinking that you can do enough, you can love hard enough, you can give enough, you can be more than you are to try to make him change his mind. It's not your job to change his mind. It's God's job to change his heart. It's God's job to do the work on him where he is to the place where he realizes that having a wife is a value added. Having a wife is his good thing. Having a wife is God's gift to man. And until he gets that, and until he desires that, and until he's committed to wanting that, he's not looking for you to be his wife. So you're putting the label of wife on yourself, and he's not giving you. He's looking for the discount. So let's be smart about that. Let's be wise about that. And then let me just speak to you who are broken and who are walking around with those bruises and who feel like I wasn't enough to get him to change his mind. You are enough. You are everything that God created you to be. You can look yourself in the mirror and say, I know my worth. I know that I am a good wife, and I know that the man that finds me is going to receive a blessing because I am a value added to his life, not a hindrance. I will not discount my worth. I will not settle for less. I will not let anyone sweet talk me into going along with the flow because I am a wife material, and the man that finds me is going to be lucky. He's going to be blessed by God. Okay? And you have to speak that over yourself, and you have to know that you thought you could change him. It wasn't your job, and God had to break that thing off so that he could work on that man's heart. Because as long as you were in the picture trying to change him and trying to prove that you were enough and that you were the one that was supposed to be in his life and that he had found you and you were his good thing, God couldn't get in to do the work on his heart that he needed to do. So take it as a lesson. Take it as a love offering from God to say, this isn't your job. This isn't your battle. I got this. Okay? So know your worth. I'm excited for George Clooney. I'm excited for his beautiful fiance. I'm glad to know of her now because I feel like she is a phenomenal woman who has done amazing work on her own. But it doesn't discount the other women who he's dated, who we've seen him out with in the public. It doesn't discount their worth. They can just be equally as amazing, if not more. They have the same value. He just wasn't ready. And so if you can be absolutely perfect, which none of us are. None of us are perfect. You could be perfect and still not be enough if he's not looking for a wife. Because you're wife material and he's settling here. And the two don't meet. So stay there. Stay there and wait. Because God knows, and God is preparing the heart that is seeking you and is trying to get to you. I love you, and I hope this message blesses you because it blesses me, and it's something that I really want you to understand because I had to understand it myself. It is not your role to change his mind about you. You are who God created you to be. And God has to do the work in your husband. I love you. I hope you have a phenomenal week. God bless you.